Oh, fuck. It's time, my dear community of the smartest and sexiest people on the internet, to answer your questions, both good and bad, and the meme. And as you can see, I just came back from the gym and I had a pretty good pump, so we're going to be doing this in a tank top. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I remember when YouTubers used to do this in the past. Holy fuck, they'd read like one question and then go off this tangent for like 15 minutes. I have no intention of doing that. If the question requires some sort of tangent or an actually good answer, I'll do it. Otherwise, let's keep this content digestible for you guys, at least in my opinion. Excuse me if I do ramble like I'm doing right now. But fuck it, let's just jump right in. Okay, so the first question is, could Takaba solo Sukuna if he had a dark sense of humor? And I think at this point we know that Takaba's curse technique is extremely overpowered, so obviously the answer is yes. I'm gonna read this? You sure? No. Takaba could not solo Sukuna. Aside from being the strongest sorcerer in history and 10 times stronger than Satoru Gojo, he is also the funniest human being ever to live. Okay, so I guess that answers that question. Alright, when did you become the #1 Gojo glazer? What moment made you a Gojo enthusiast? I love this question, because initially Gojo was not my favorite character. Until I realized he's just like me, a lovable narcissist. Just kidding. Honestly, I think this character archetype is like Tony Stark. He's like the lovable, cocky asshole, which is actually what I am completely in real life. You know, someone who thinks that they're the strongest and sexiest and blah, 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 but ultimately ends up disappointing everyone around him. So yeah, I love Gojo. I relate to Gojo on a spiritual level. Elijah asks, stumbled onto your channel after I caught up in JJK and was going down the rabbit hole of memes. Thank you. 2 questions for you. Favorite moment in Hunter x Hunter? Yours is the end of Chimera Ant arc when Meru remembers Komugi, and what non-JJK topics are you most interested in making videos on? Great question. A, favorite moment is probably the death of Komugi and Meruem. I thought that was an extremely well done shonen death and was probably one of the hardest times I've cried in any anime. And to answer your second question, what non-JJK topics are you most interested in making videos on? Honestly, dude, that varies very much from week to week, depending on what I feel like doing. I've really been feeling like going outside and doing real-life content. I want to talk about video games, sports, JJK, more things just to shoot the shit with you guys and, you know, build a community, get to know each other better. So, yeah. And I'm also really interested in music, so I've been playing piano for like 20 years. What can't he do? Thanks for the question. Z Shifty asks, gooning or edging? I love this question. Honestly, I'm not a big enough masochist to be a gooner. However, when I am feeling in the mood, I whip out a picture of myself or just stare at the wall, and I'm a big time edger. So that's probably my answer. Alright, we got a comment. This man actually went to Stanford for computer engineering and is making a video using the term glazing while speaking about a manga series. And he mentioned Johnny Sins. The internet is amazing. Yes, wait till I sing the Sticking on my gap for the Rizzler song in a video. That'll be a hit, I'm sure. Next, no questions, just want to say I love your videos, makes me happy when one comes out. Love you too, buddy. These are so nice, you guys are awesome. And I must say, some comments that I read are so fucking funny, dude. I send them to every group chat I'm part of and say, dude, this person's actually genuinely funny in the comments. So keep them coming. Lovely question, what do you think about the socio-political proxy wars in the Middle East? Solid. As a highly educated and hyper-intellectual person, I would obviously urge you to not listen to random internet people's opinions about the fact, but I think wars in general are a very nuanced topic that you should probably do your own research about. That being said, proxy wars are usually probably the best course of action any country that doesn't want to be directly involved with a war could take while still reaping the benefits. And the US has a history of sticking their hands into places that they probably shouldn't stick their hands into, but further than that, I will not elaborate. Actually, yes, I will. War is bad, and senseless dying on any side is an atrocity. Brandon Adrian, a longtime viewer, I know you, buddy. What are some of your favorite series that you haven't made videos on? Gintama is my fave. I'm so glad the algorithm brought me here through that video. So I've made Naruto, I've made Gintama, I've made Hunter. I want to do One Piece at some point. I want to do Chainsaw Man at some point, and I really want to do Vinland, but Vinland Saga as a series is really tough to make fun of, so I'm still thinking of ideas about how to do that. Thanks for the question. If I could have chosen, what type of curse technique would I have given Yuji? That's a toughie. I'm not sold on the blood manipulation given to Yuji. I honestly think blood manipulation peak was kind of Choso, especially in the fight in Season 2 against Kenjaku. But if I had to pick something for Yuji, it would be some sort of soul manipulation or some better version of Yuta's copy. or ultimately just getting cleave from Sukuna. And I must say, I've been waiting for Yuji to get a curse technique for fucking years, so it better happen soon. Like, confirmed. Alright, this is another statement. Sukuna has been sweating. It was confirmed in the fight with Gojo. He was taken by surprise from Maki on top of getting worried about Yuji's hits. Agreed. I think the not all out is referring to his remaining abilities, fire, lightning, and other tools he used in his prime. It's not a, oh, he hasn't even been trying, he's not even hurt. I agree with you for the most part. I think it's just funny at this point that the dialogue is so fucking Sukuna glaze heavy that it's unbelievable. And the big issue I have is that if Sukuna ends up losing to this Jump Sukuna crew without him having gone all out from the very beginning, my only question will be why? Like, why didn't he go out from the very beginning? Because the only way he loses now is if he is holding back. He has fucking fire, he has lightning, he has everything. Yes, he's hurt, but why isn't he using it? The only thing that makes sense is because he feels like he doesn't need it. And if his cockiness is his ultimate demise, sure, it just seems kind of out of character ultimately because he doesn't want to lose. Okay, what in your opinion is the best anime/manga of all time, and why is it Hunter x Hunter? That's a great opinion yourself. My favorite shonen is probably Hunter x Hunter. I think it inspired a lot of the genre, but I think one of the best manga I've read of all time is Vinland Saga. The story is immaculate and the art is fucking phenomenal. Probably Hunter and Vinland in terms of greatness, and Naruto's my personal favorite. What is my favorite kind of pasta? I like my pasta like I like my women, with bolognese sauce on it. Ragna6765, this is an amazing question. Should Kingambit get sent to Ubers? Absolute yes. I cannot believe it hasn't happened yet. I don't know what Smogon is doing. That guy needs to motherfuck the fuck out of here, dude. Supreme Overlord is not okay. This man is actually soloing teams, like Sukuna is soloing everyone right now. Get the fuck out of there. What are your thoughts on the best anime ever created, Goldenboy? I love Gintama, and I think Goldenboy is relatively similar. I don't like it as much as Gintama, but I think a lot of people should check it out because it's kind of under the radar. It's very funny, and it's pretty old, so check it out. Educate yourself. Luca, who's your favorite character besides Gojo, and which character stock should I invest in? Currently profiting off my Maki stocks. Well, this video is being made after she just got hit by her fucking black flash in 3 different angles, so let me know how that works out. Besides Gojo, my favorite character is probably Yuji. I am here for the Wuji him to Dori sweep at the end, and I love Nanami, I love Toji, I love Mahito as a villain, and I really like Sukuna in Itadori's body. Peeping the Sonic music at the end, what's your top Sonic game? I mean, that's a great question because there's so many awful games to choose from. Personally, probably Sonic 1 or Sonic 2 or Sonic Mania. I'm a real big fan of the 2D platformers, and when I was a kid, I was playing the Mega Collection. Which tower was your favorite? Funny story, I think my parents got married in the left tower, so that one. How did you decide to start a YouTube channel? This is a great question, and I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant. Since I was a kid, it was really appealing to me to be a YouTuber, whatever, a lot of kids want to be YouTubers, and then most recently I've realized I really just like talking to people, and I talk about these types of things that we talk about with my friends anyway, so I may as well do it on camera because I like interacting with people and like talking if you haven't fucking noticed. But the big thing is that I found a hole in YouTube, and that I've talked about it before, it just seems so personality-less recently. A lot of YouTube right now is just based on like retention editing and getting clicks and getting likes and getting shares. I don't really want that. I've always wanted to kind of nurture a community, and I just don't see a lot of big YouTubers doing that. In fact, I don't know why big YouTubers don't like read through the comments and at least heart comments or pin them or reply to them. That's something I personally like to do to build kind of a sense of community with you guys, and it's fun to me. Honestly, it doesn't take that much time, so I don't know why big YouTubers don't do that. Did I go on a tangent? Absolutely 100%. Did I say I wasn't going to do that? Absolutely 100%, but that's the way things go. Joe. Ultimately, yeah, I decided to start a YouTube channel because I like talking to people, and it was a creative outlet outside my 9-to-5 job, and it's always something I've been interested in doing. So hopefully you guys are enjoying. Regarding the request at the end, what are your top 5 favorite JJK characters, and what do you think about everyone in my top 5? Kashimo, Kenny, Mahito, Shigemo, Yaga, in that order. I sincerely hope you are memeing right now, because if you are not, you may be too far gone to save. This list is fucking whack, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Mahito, I think, definitely deserves a spot there. Kenny, sure. Kashimo, you know I'm a hater. Yaga hasn't fucking done anything. And Shigemo, I think that's Haruta, yeah, just fucking died. Got split in half, I don't even know how. So, good for you. My top 5 though, like I said, probably Gojo, Yuji, Sukuna in Yuji's body, Mahito, Toji. Nanami. There's 6. Who's the biggest glazer? Madara to Hashirama or Gege to Sukuna? Ah yes, the glazing battle of the past or the glazing battle of today. I think it's gotta be Gege to Sukuna at this point. Maybe a couple months ago it would have been different. my answer, but yeah, Gege to Sukuna. My question to you, what would your Nen ability be? In real life, it's gotta be probably Nov's ability, like the pocket dimension. That's fucking OP, by the way, like in terms of fights as well. You could just put someone's head in the pocket dimension and rip it off. But I think it'd be useful in life. If I couldn't pick that for any reason, I'd probably pick Kurapika's chains or Crollo's book. Really cool. So after your fight with Sukuna, should we refer to you as Lu Ka or Levi? You can refer to me as Lu Ka for now, but once I return in chapter 269, you can refer to me as Lulu or Kaka. Actually, don't refer to me as Kaka. Or dude, whatever. I would love to know what you think about the Giga Chat that is zombie from Undead Unluck. I actually just started reading this last week and haven't had a lot of time to get into it, so I'll get back to you once I know, but I've heard very good things. Thoughts on parasocial relationships, how you feel about YouTube. Dog Eater, I see you on the comment grind very often. Thanks for the support. I think this is a good question. I think parasocial relationships aren't as dangerous as people say they are sometimes on like the internet, because I think they're a huge part of internet culture as it is right now. It can obviously become very unhealthy and obsessive, but it's something that I've always been interested in exploring as a YouTube channel and actually growing a community. Obviously, I don't know you guys, you don't really know me outside of this camera, so there shouldn't be any like weirdness, but I like interacting with you guys through the screen. I feel like we could still build a community. The types of relationships I don't like are like the BTS fangirls who have like seizures and faint when one of their members of the band like fucking farts or something. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I think it's a pretty standard part of social media and content creation at this point, as long as there's a healthy and understood level of distance between the two parties. But I still love you guys. Thanks for the question. Question, rank all American sports. Also love your videos, keep up the good work. Thank you. That's gonna take a while. Let me give you just a couple. Okay, basketball is gonna be at the top for me. I think hockey and UFC are fighting A and B tier. Baseball is B tier for me, and football is C tier. Don't hate me. Very serious question. Would you rather Mei Mei or Makima be a babysitter? Well, I think this is actually a pretty obvious answer now that I'm reading it, and it's gotta be Makima. I mean, Makima could control the baby very easily. There'd be no problems. Mei Mei would charge me way too much. And, importantly, Makima's hotter. Do I watch or read One Piece? If so, what is my favorite arc? Yes, I read One Piece and I'm constantly caught up to One Piece. My favorite arc, I mean, it's kind of lame to just say Marineford. I love Impel Down, if you count that as an arc. I love pre-time skip more than I love part 2. But yeah, Impel Down, Marineford, and if I had to pick kind of a sleeper agent, I'd pick Skypiea. Because I'm a fucking NO fan for some reason. What do I consider to be a big fan of other than JJK or Hunter x Hunter? Naruto, Vinland Saga in terms of anime, LeBron James, basketball in general, going out with friends, lifting. There's a bunch of things I'm really interested in. Hip-hop music, classical music, playing piano, writing songs, I like a lot of things. Have I watched or read Black Clover yet? I'd love to see this format for those characters. No, I have not. I have a lot of manga to get through, but once I do, expect it. Very interested in your thoughts on the Chainsaw Man characters, starting with Kishibe. Well, I think, as far as I know, Nanami's voice actor and Kishibe's is the same, which is obviously a huge plus. I think he's really cool. I was always super into him from the anime and into the manga. He made one of the coolest panels of Makima's Listening Be Quiet. But overall thoughts on Chainsaw Man, I love it. I think it's really, really good, and I think it has the strongest female cast out of any shonen probably that I've ever read. Very solid. My opinion on Megumi. I actually really liked Megumi, especially in season 1 of JJK. I thought he had a lot of potential, ironically. I thought he had a lot of potential as a character, and I was really excited to see where his character arc was going, because a lot of his arc was relatable, I think. But at this point, I am very low on him, and I don't even know if he's going to survive. My ultimate prediction is going to be Yuji and Megumi survive and take down Sukuna while everyone else is dead. But whether Megumi's a good character at that point, only time will tell. What's my favorite arc in Hunter x Hunter? And outside of Hisoka, who are some of my favorite characters? Netero has to be one. I do like Netero. I like Meruem more, and my favorite character is actually Killua, not Hisoka. But as for my favorite arc, it's gotta be Chimera Ant. I know some people overrate it. I love it. I truly think it's good, even though it's slow at the beginning. But if not Chimera Ant, I really, really love Greed Island and the Succession War arc, which is in the manga. I like reading that once every year. So, there you go. Like, when the chapters come out. What do I think of Jojo, Black Lagoon, Hell's Paradise, or Hellsing? I haven't seen Hellsing or Black Lagoon. Jojo, I've seen a couple of parts. I think Jojo's great. I think it also sets the standard for a lot of shonen. And Hell's Paradise, I read maybe like 6 months ago. I think it's good. But I love the manga, I love Gabimaru as a character, and I think that the author weaves in like a couple of plot twists pretty well. What would I personally change to make JJK's story, character, power system, etc. better? Okay, without thinking, I'm going to talk about the story. And the biggest thing I want is more fleshed out and developed characters. I think the cast has a lot of personality, just in terms of design and kind of ideals, but we need some more time to actually flesh out the characters. Question, do I think Nobara will ever return? No. For JJK, would I be okay with a super happy ending or a super depressing ending if I had to choose? I'm gonna say super depressing ending just because I don't think I've ever seen that in any manga or anime, and I guess it would be interesting. And super happy ending would really leave a weird taste in my mouth if Gege pulled that out. Your videos are top dollar. I know it's old news, but could you do something about Mob Psycho 100 or what are my opinions on it? Yes, I plan on doing Mob Psycho 100 and Mob Psycho. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's good. I think it's funny. There's a lot of anime and manga to get through, though. What is my opinion about the Fate series? Guys, haven't watched or read. I don't know. Should I? You tell me. Should I? What's my bench PR? Ah, yes, the gym questions. I actually haven't benched since college. Back then, I was benching maybe like 245 for reps pretty easily. And then I had a shoulder injury and bench just kind of sat wrong with me. So right now I'm just doing a lot of incline dumbbell work. Usually if I'm going high volume, I'm trying 60 pounds. If I'm trying low volume, heavyweight, 80, 85. But bench is something I've never really been good at because I'm fucking long and tall, so you know, it could be better. But I prefer this or that. On weekdays, usually this, and on weekends, usually that. If I could use any ability from Jujutsu Kaisen in the real world, which one would I choose? I think that's a pretty obvious answer. I'd pick Toji or Maki's Heavenly Restriction. I'd become a professional athlete or something, just make a fuck ton of money and be the GOAT. If I had to pick a curse technique, probably Idol Transfiguration. Talk about your gym split. Will the voices ever go away? No, they probably won't. The gym split. I just finished the PHUL split. Before that, I was doing push-pull legs. Right now, I'm doing 3 days a week, shoulders, biceps, back, / shoulders, arms, back, and then 3 times a week, I'm doing legs and chest and abs. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, respectively. If you have any more questions, I'll answer in the comment below. It's been pretty good. I'm doing a lot of high volume right now. In my opinion, what's the most interesting curse technique in the show? Why do you think so? I think Idol Transfiguration from conception is incredibly interesting. I think it's awesome, the fact that Makito, so early on, was such a powerful force just using Idol Transfiguration, and I think a lot of soul talk and like understanding the soul could have been explored even further. And I'm gonna drop a bombshell on you right now. I was thinking about this in the shower. What if Sukuna's technique, I know it's probably not true, but what if Sukuna's technique is actually somehow related to Idol Transfiguration? I don't know if it's mentioned ever how he managed to change his body, and he constantly says that he knows the true meaning of Jujutsu, so if there's some connection there, that'd be kind of cool, but I think it's a really cool technique. What would you think if Gojo had won? I would be very surprised. I was prepared for Gojo to lose. I was not prepared for the way his death was handled, and I thought that he'd take Sukuna out a little more than he ended up, but yeah, I'd be surprised. You like Sukuna as a topping on pizza? Yes. Cleaved and dismantled. Mei Mei Smash? Absolutely. Do you think Gojo would be able to defeat the Sukuna extermination team? I think he would wipe the motherfucking floor with them. I mean, Infinite Void straight up one-shots everyone, and he's better at hand-to-hand than anyone else, and Hollow Purple has no counter, so yes. Thoughts on One Piece? One Piece is great, especially Part 1. It reminds me a lot of Hunter x Hunter Part 1, like whimsy, great world building. Part 2 fell off a little bit, but I'm really excited to see what happens in the most recent chapters. Manga spoilers, I'm about to say, and I want to know what's up with the 5 Elders, Emu, and whether Blackbeard is going to be the final villain or not. Is the Levi in your name pronounced like levitation or Levi like the pants? I think that answers your question. It's actually Levi. Luca Levi. Who mused the most in JJK? Ooh, great question. It's gotta be this guy. Can you say Among Us sussy imposter at 3 a.m.? Yes. I don't get the Zoomer meme. Am I an idiot? Perhaps. Theories on why Sukuna and Yuji kind of have the same hair. Yuji was built to be his vessel, but that doesn't really explain it. Seems like some narrative design choice that could never be explained. I agree. I think it is very well within the realm of possibility that this is never explained. I always thought that Sukuna also had something to do with Yuji's grandfather because they look extremely similar, and I would not be surprised if Yuji is a direct descendant of Sukuna. Whether or not we're going to actually see this explained, only Gege knows, but I'm really hoping that there is some connection between Yuji Sukuna and his grandfather. What's your current socioeconomic status? Thank you for asking. Well, I am solidly middle class, but I live in San Francisco, so it feels like I am lower class. What are my political beliefs? I think political beliefs are nuanced in that a two-party, like one end of spectrum, other end of spectrum is kind of a foolish way to approach things, and I think that you should approach things on a case-by-case basis. I like to stay relatively moderate in terms of everything, but if I were to lead on one side, it would probably be more liberal. As long as you're not hurting anyone actively, do what you want, but there need to be some laws in place. What I'm really thinking about a lot right now is that taxes are absolutely necessary for the government to continue, but billionaires should not be fucking evading taxes as much as they are. That is my little billionaire rant. You ever considered growing a beard, my man? Brother, not have I considered growing a beard. I've tried growing a beard. I have the worst beard genetics ever. I know, it's my heavenly restriction. I have everything fucking else in the world, but I cannot grow a beard. I mean, you know. Will you make videos like these but with Naruto characters? Did you check out the one on Monday? That's the hand signal for red on the thumbnail, and yet you made it purple. You aren't Gojo, buddy. Yeah? Check this out. Gojo can do whatever the fuck he wants. He could shoot purple out of his butthole if he wanted, okay? I don't want to hear it. And that's it. We got through all the questions. That was pretty good. I think it was like 55. Hopefully it wasn't too long. I'm going to try to cut it down a little bit. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, as always, if there's anything you want to say about these answers, if there's anything you disagree with or agree with, leave them in the comments below. I'll toss a like, maybe sometimes a heart, maybe sometimes even a reply. Until then, leave what else you want to see in the comments below. I want to do an underrated tier list soon. I want to make a Kusakabe video. And I want to keep making content for you guys, stuff that you guys hopefully enjoy. Until then, though, my lovely people, I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm still Gojo.